Welcome to Far Louder, your official association podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Topside Federal Credit Union. As a member of the Fredericksburg area and the Fredericksburg Association of Realtors, you're able to join Topside and enjoy some of those major benefits that they have. To learn more about them, check out their website or check out the recent webinar we did on our YouTube page where they talk all about the importance of finances for realtors, how scores are, and how to best help your clients. So check that out either on our YouTube page or go check out their website to find out more information.
The National Association of Realtors estimates that 80% of all real estate sales stem from past real estate clients and their referrals. That means that the viability of your business relies heavily on cultivating these connections in a way that keeps you top of mind for future business. And this is often no easy task. Luckily, some agents have found the use of pop-by gifts as a clever, inexpensive strategy for garnering some valuable face time with former clients, or simply to remind them to think of you when they think of real estate. Pop-by gift items can be as simple as dropping off a card, or they can be attached to a creative theme, such as bringing them a gift card for a scoop of ice cream, along with a note that says, "Get the scoop on the market, call Sally Realtor today." If you're interested in doing pop-by gifts, here's what you should know. Pop-by and closing gifts exceeding $25 should be branded so that you can use them as a tax write-off. Be sure to keep receipts and photos of your branded materials for your records. But you should really be branding pop-by items no matter what. Don't leave gifts in mailboxes, as this may violate government mailbox restrictions. Pop-by gifts can be left on the doorstep or porch, so package them appropriately. Some agents simply leave the gift and do not knock on the door, especially as many homeowners are working from home and may not appreciate the distraction. I hope these tips help you get started. For ideas on pop-by gifts, you can check out inspirational websites like Pinterest. Finally, remember that pop-by gifts are just a small part of building meaningful relationships and should be included as a part of your overall marketing plan. Stick around for our next segment to see how we put pop-by gifts in action.
Today we're going to hear from Melody Visser about how she's successfully used pop-by gifts as part of her marketing campaign. Hey, welcome, Melody. Can you tell us a little bit about your process?
I want a client to be a client for life. That's ultimately my goal. So whether, they buy a house now and want to sell it, 5 years from now, they think of me. And I think that that's sometimes where we get busy and we kind of fall off track. And if we don't follow up 5 years from now, they might remember, oh, that agent was good, but I don't remember her name, or I haven't heard from her in so long, or I don't remember her number. So I want to make sure that never happens. And honestly, I like most of my clients are lovely. So I want to keep in touch with them. So some things that I do, kind of wrote down a list so I don't forget, is I have a monthly client appreciation raffle. So past clients, current clients, people who I've worked with or know, or maybe refer people to me, get that every month. So that's one touch. And we do a drawing. Another touch is almost all of my clients, as long as I have them, get a birthday card. I love getting cards and written notes in the mail, and I think it's kind of a lost art and not many people do it. So unless for whatever reason I don't have their birthday, which I try to get them all, or maybe even look on Facebook. That's a great place to get birthdays if you're friends with those people. So they all get a birthday card. So that's kind of another touch that I do, and as easy. Just at the beginning of the month, I look at the calendar and I write them all out and I address them and stick them in the mail. Handwritten notes, again, just checking in. Maybe if I see someone on social media had something happen, or they were sick or whatever, I might send a note. Or in some cases, maybe a small gift. Maybe they had a baby or something. In general, just sending texts or maybe email, video messages, I think are really fun because they can see your face, but you're not really calling them on the phone and interrupting something, but they can see your face, which is always nice. Sometimes I'll just be thinking about something and someone will pop in my head and be like, oh my gosh, I haven't heard from them in a while. So I'll send them a text or a video message or something. Other things that I do pop buys. I go in waves. I need to be better about that, but at least quarterly I try to do them to a core group of clients. They can be flowers, like in the springtime, a flower. I'm trying to think what else I've done. Oh my goodness. Our team girl who does a lot of marketing comes up with all these ideas. So it's easy to just pick ideas that she has. So we've done a bunch of different ones. So pop-bys are great. Just drop them on their doorstep. I don't ring doorbells. Like, I hate that. I didn't, plus people are working from home and the dog's barking and the kids are doing school these days. So I just leave them on the doorstep and, maybe text them, I love something for you on your doorstep, and they can get it later when they're home. Holiday cards, always do holiday cards with little magnets in them, calendar magnets every year. So those are some of the things that I do.
That's so awesome. So it sounds like you've kind of got a process. You do something once a month, you do something quarterly, you send out birthday cards on there. So
Yes.
How do you kind of keep track of all of these things? Do you use spreadsheets? Do you have a system you like?
I do have a CRM. So that's how I keep track of it. And in there are the birthdays as well. So I can just pull up the calendar in the CRM and look for that month. It does have a place where you can log or put in things like reminders, like task reminders, send this person whatever this month, or a handwritten note. You can schedule emails. So I think we're really lucky that we live in a time where everything can be automated. It does take time to set it all up, which is a little bit annoying, but once it's all set up, it's easy for those reminders to remind. I mean, if I didn't have reminders or automated things to remind me, then no, it probably wouldn't get done, because it's impossible to remember all of those things. So I think a good CRM, calendar reminders, things like that is a must.
So obviously we're recording this today and you seem very natural on camera, but was there kind of a time where you had to get over a fear of being on camera and just do it? Or was it always just something you were comfortable with?
No, I hate being on camera. When you said podcast, I'm like, oh, I won't be on camera. They'll just hear my voice. And sometimes I tend to ramble, which I may have done today. So I apologize if I did, but I think you just have to do it. And I don't love it either. I think it does feel odd and awkward. I think the younger generation, like my daughter's generation in like the 20s, they are very natural with it, but I think it's because they've lived with it their whole life. Whereas us in our 40s had to get used to it because we didn't have it when we were teenagers. And
oh no,
20s,
I can tell you, as someone in their 20s, I hate being on
okay.
camera, but I still
Yeah.
do it because it just, at some point, it's got to get done, right?
It's kind of necessary in this industry. You don't really have a choice, I feel like. So you do it, you suck it up and you do it.
So I've actually heard that you were a pretty early adopter of using video in your marketing and in your emails. What are some of the topics that you found really get good responses?
That's a good question. I think with the emailed videos that I do to people I know or clients or Sphere, most of those are either like a check-in video or next step video, particularly like if I'm trying to explain something to them about the buying or selling process, or maybe we just had a listing appointment and I wanted to send a video message thanking them via email. So a lot of that type of video and emails is more of those types of things, like processes or thank yous. I've done some videos like, top 5 things that get you the best bang for your buck when listing your home, like paint, carpet, like those type of videos. I know Instagram is big right now, which I've been trying to do more of. So like you can do like the shorter clip videos if you're more into the social media, because I find like if they go too long, people check out. So it just varies depending on what I'm doing with the video.
Absolutely. You also talked about some of your pop-by gifts that you've done in the past.
Yes.
Those seem fun. I mean, a lot of driving around and getting to see neighborhoods, which is cool. But for the most part, like you're going to these homes and dropping things off. What are some things that you've done in the past that you've been like, wow, that was like a good pop by gift?
Sure, that's a good question. So, one, I used to drive around and I felt like it got to be really time consuming. And being busy with showings and listing appointments and kids and all the other things that come along with being an adult in your job, I was like, this is like taking too much time. So, I do have someone now that does deliver them for me, which is and it's something that's offered through my team. They have a girl that you can hire and she'll do that, so it's perfect. So because I found too, I was like getting them all together, but then they would just sit in my office because I was like, oh, I got to drive out here or there, and I just wasn't getting it done. So but things that I've done in the past, Girl Scout cookies, that's a great
Oh
one,
yeah.
because who doesn't like Girl Scout cookies? And we have a great gal on our team that comes up with little tags to put on them. But honestly, if you Google Popeye Girl Scout cookies or Popeye ideas, there's a billion ideas.
Pinterest. Oh my gosh. I was looking them
Yes,
up the other day. There's like 500 Pinterest boards with 500 posts each. They're so much fun to look at.
I know. I mean, there's a ton of ideas. In the spring, I like to do a flower. You can go to Lowe's or Aldi or any of the
Yeah.
spaces. And since I don't do as many throughout the year, usually the ones I do tend to be maybe a little bit more expensive. But it's usually like a nice flower. And there's like one of those things, little stakes with a little tag on it that has my name and some clever whatever saying you want to put in there. Trying to think, what else have we done? So there was a snowman kit that we've done. So like right before
Oh,
winter, you have like a little hat and a little scarf and something for a nose. So if like you have, a lot of clients that have kids or clients who have kids, that's a good one. Sleds, I did sleds last year before winter. And if you kind of have them on hand, you can do it right before it's going to snow.
that's so
So the
cool.
little round saucer ones, that was a fun one. Oh, I've done candles. Um, and another one is like those like kind of wine looking glass things. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but
I do. Yeah, those are great.
it's like a thermos but looks like a wine. Obviously, you make sure it's a client that would utilize that, but it's a good one for like people who don't like some of the Popeyes I've done are more like family focused, like maybe gingerbread houses at Christmas time. But if like you have clients that don't have kids, then you need some that aren't kind of kid focused. So those are some good ones. Candles are easy. You can find really nice ones for like $7, $8 on sale, sometimes at Target, Home Goods. Sometimes like Yankee Candle have sales. So those are just a few, but I Google it. There's just so many great ideas. People are so clever. I'm not clever. I just look things up online. So
Like one I saw recently that I really was impressed with. It was actually a closing gift. A friend of mine bought a house, and every month there are filters, like the air filters are mailed to her house, and they just have a service deliver
oh
them every month. It's
yeah.
kind of a very cool touch point. And it's not my house, and she didn't tell me about it, but I've seen the box, and
Yeah,
the
that's
box
a
has
really
like
great
the
idea.
label from the company on it. So that was a really cool one I saw.
Yeah, that's really cool. And then like the mailer ones too, like things you can mail. Like this month, I write St. Patrick, well March, not this month, almost March, St. Patrick's Day note cards and put a lottery ticket
Cute.
in. And
All right.
I don't always put my business card in. I just sign my name, like, hey, checking in, happy St. Patty's Day. I hope you have some luck, and throw in a lotto card. Um, we also do, our group does like the frosty tags from Wendy's. They're
Yeah, I
only a
saw some.
dollar, but then our great marketing gal on our team, she creates these things that say something clever about frosties. I don't remember what it said now, and then I'd have to look it up, and then it goes in a nice envelope and you mail it. I mean, that's something small, but it's like a touch just to check in. And he usually says, I'm always available for your referrals, something like that. So
And that tag is a touch point. Every time they use that, they're going to think of you.
yeah,
And I actually
yeah.
saw that you can use that tag every single day if you wanted to. That's amazing.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think what other, I was gonna look. We have some other pop-by mailers that we've done in the past. One I did, but I don't think I'd do it again, is how you can buy like the single packet like suntan lotions.
Yeah.
And we had a really clever like envelope tag inside card, but some of them like I guess burst in the mail. So
Oh no.
so that was one that's went wrong, but you live and you learn. So I don't think I would do that again. But there's so many other things you can do. You can mail. Another mailing, I'm trying to think. I think like spring seeds. So like you can buy the packets of seeds and mail them with a nice card, and something clever. So there's a lot of ideas online for the mailing ones too. So, and those don't cost a lot. So that's nice because it's nice to have things that aren't like super expensive. Because if you're doing it with like 50, 60 people, that obviously can get pricey. So the team does is, and I did this before I joined the team too, is like Thanksgiving pies. So, but it's more of like a pop-by event to you. So they come to you, to your office.
That's so cool.
And you like pre-send out invites, and I mail one, but then I also send like an email, and I send texts and said, order your pie by X date, apple or pumpkin. And then they send whatever, what their request. And then that day that it's set up, they can come and pick it up. I did it at my house one year. And then when I joined this team, we do it at our office. But it's a way to see everybody before the holidays, and you give them a pie. We've been doing the Costco pies, so they're like massive,
Yeah.
and they're good too. So that's a really good one to do around the holidays.
So it feels like a lot of it is just being really consistent, like just do something, just keep doing something.
Yeah, and I know sometimes it can be hard. I mean, I fall off the wagon too sometimes when it comes to being consistent, but every month I try to look at the month and say, okay, what do I need to do this month? What's on the plan? And I map it out for the year. So I kind of at least have an idea of what I'm going to do and what I'm going to spend and those types of things. So.
Absolutely. It is so great to be able to talk to you today. I think our agents are going to get a lot of great tips off of this.
Oh, well, a lot of it is just from researching what other people do. And honestly, I've gotten a lot of it from being on the team that I'm on, and Karen and Vicky. So I have to give them some credit. So for them giving us all these great ideas. It's just a matter of implementing it, which I think is the hardest part sometimes. So.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
I hope you have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of FAAR Louder. Find more resources at faarmembers.com.